I was not the type of student who sat still and listened well in lecture. I mean, I can, and I'm happy to read a book and then talk about it or write a paper, but it was boring. Like, there's no other word for it. I don't like, oh, go read some political philosophy and then regurgitate the argument. What M.U.N. does is it crafts out a place for people who think differently. Or for the people who do really like reading books and then writing essays, it gives them the opportunity to learn a different skill set.
Delegates, honored guests, teachers, parents, chaperones who might be here, and welcome to the 2018 Model United Nations of Alaska Conference.
My name is Jacob Shercliffe, and I am the Secretary General of the Model United Nations program here at UAA. It's a big program where you simulate what it's like to be a delegate at the United Nations. And you run a big conference over 3 days where you try and pass resolutions which would theoretically become international law. And you work as either a delegate for a country or a NGO or the World Bank to try and solve the world's problems.
Seconded by Iran. Do I have point of information, GSF?
Are we motioning to adjourn debate on the amendment?
There are so many rules that you have to know, and these procedural rules dictate how conversations go, and often people abuse them to get some small advantage, or they use them really well to become more persuasive. And there's just moments where you see students get it. And when they get it, it makes everything wonderful. It makes it wonderful because when the whole committee gets it, then you can have great conversations, and you can see the strategy behind what people are trying to do. But also just for them to really understand, why they're there and why something like this is important.
Please be seated.
I think that getting the opportunity to work in a manner that you normally don't, you are researching for the end of doing this collaborative process, is really valuable. I think that being able to represent and create something that isn't just another paper is really valuable. I think people get a lot more excited about it, and when they do shift into taking on that role and being another person representing a country that they're just now becoming familiar with, I think that encourages them and inspires them in many circumstances to do more, to learn more, and to learn not to get a grade, but to learn because they enjoy it and they think it's fun, and they think that that's a valuable experience that will help them every time that they read about Syria in the future. They know more about Syria, and they understand a Syrian issue not as a number or a body count or a picture. They understand it as a person who had to think through what a regime was thinking through during a crisis, right? Those are all things that I think only these types of hands-on activities really offer. And along the way, I think it really does, it teaches people to care more about what's going on in the world. When I care about something and when I'm in an environment like this, I go a couple levels deeper, and I think that's really powerful.
With a vote of 49-3, the resolution passes.